So for this chicken chili fry, I've heated about 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan. To that, I'm going to be adding 2 light green chilies which I've chopped really fine. Now fry the chilies well. Once that is done, we're going to add 1 medium-sized onion chopped really fine. And we're going to fry the onion also very well for at least half a minute. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. And fry the ginger garlic paste well too. Now I'm going to add 1 medium-sized tomato and fry that well too. All ingredients with their right measurements are going to be in the description box below. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, and mix everything really well. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of pepper powder, and again mix everything well. So this is our bagar, and you have to fry everything really nicely. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup or tomato sauce, as well as half a teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi. Now I'm going to add half a cup of water and get everything really mixed in well together. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder and just 1/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala, some salt to taste. And now I'm going to add 150 grams of cooked chicken. Now I'm going to leave in the description box as to how I cook the chicken. It's very simple. So you can check the description box for how I pre-cooked my chicken and kept it ready. So mix everything really well. We're going to cover and cook this for about 3 minutes on a low flame, and our chili fry is all ready. Just garnish it with some lovely freshly chopped coriander and you're all set. So friends, let's start with today's lovely Goan Meat Ball curry. Now in the ingredients, we're going to use some whole spices and red chilies. Now here I've taken about 8 dried red chilies, about 6 cloves, 15 peppercorns, 1 cardamom, 1 inch of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds. I'm also going to be using about 3/4 of a cup of freshly grated coconut. Now I'm also going to be using 200 grams of mince. I'm going with chicken. You can use beef or mutton. Now I'm going to grind all these whole spices along with the coconut and about half a cup of water, and we're going to get this very fine paste. Now we're also going to use 1/4 teaspoon of haldi powder, 1 medium-sized onion, 1.5 teaspoon of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 medium-sized tomato, and 1 light green chili chopped fine. We're also going to use the masala water. Now I'm going to add this haldi powder and this ginger garlic paste to my masala paste and mix it really well. I'm going to now roast 2 tablespoons of besan or chickpea flour for just a minute till you get the aroma of the flour. I'm going to add this to the chicken mince, or if you're using beef or mutton. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of our spice paste. We're going to add the green chili and we're going to add salt, and we're going to mix all of this really, really well together. Then I'm going to make small balls like this. So with this 200 grams of chicken mince that I used, I got about 12 or 15 balls of meatballs, and that's enough for a family of 4. Now I'm just going to lightly I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of oil in a pan and just lightly fry these balls, not completely, for less than a minute. I'm just going to toss them around, and once I find that they're just a little bit coated with the oil, I'm going to take them off immediately. So just for about a minute or so, I'm just going to lightly toss them and fry them in the oil. So do that with all of them. Now if you find that your mixture is a little bit loose and you're not able to form the balls, just add a little more of the roasted besan. And once this is done, just set these fried balls aside. Now we're going to make the curry. So I've heated about 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm going to add the curry leaves. I'm going to add my chopped onion and I'm going to fry it really well. I'm then going to add my tomato and fry it till it becomes nice and soft and cooked. Then I'm going to add the masala paste that we ground. And I'm going to fry this masala paste for a whole 5 minutes till you find that the masala starts oozing a little bit of oil. Now friends, all the ingredients along with the method is going to be down in the description box below, just below this video. So don't worry about noting down the amount of spices. Everything is given down below this video in the description box. So fry this paste really well. This is really key to getting the perfect meatball curry. And now we're going to add this masala water. This masala water is nothing but when you grind the masala in the mixer pot, you just put a little bit of water and clean up the pot. That's the masala water. It is full of flavors, so don't throw it away. Now I'm going to add just about half a cup of water, a little at a time, just checking, to what thickness I want the curry to. So accordingly, you add the water, whether you want a thicker curry or you want a thinner curry. So just add a little at the time, and keep mixing it. Now we're going to add some salt to taste. I'm also going to add a pinch of sugar. And then I'm going to add the vinegar. Now same with the vinegar also, just add according to your taste. Mix everything together and just give this curry a little bit of a taste, whether you need to add more salt, whether you need to add more sugar, more vinegar. And now once the curry is all done, you're going to gently add these meatballs into the curry. Now very lightly just coat the meatballs with this curry. See that they don't break. And now since we have lightly fried them in the pan, they don't disintegrate. So, that's a good idea. So cover and cook this for about 5 minutes on a low flame. And that's it, friends. Your, curry is all ready. You just garnish it with some lovely chopped up coriander. And this goes amazingly well with some pulao or even some pao. It's just amazing. So do give this recipe a try, guys. With which you can make delicious sandwiches. So let's start with the easy and quick recipe. So now in a pan, I've taken just about 1/4 teaspoon of oil and I'm going to fry 250 grams of bacon. Now we want to fry the bacon till it's nice and crispy on both sides. And it doesn't require extra oil because the bacon itself, because of a little bit of fat, does leave out some oil. So that helps to fry it and make it nice and crispy. So here you can see the bacon is nice and crisped up. So once it's done, we're going to take it out of the pan and let it cool to room temperature. And then I'm just going to chop it up really fine using a nice sharp knife. Now you can use a regular bacon or you can also use chicken bacon. And I'd like to know whether you even get vegan bacon. I have heard of it, but not really sure. So let me know in the comments section whether you've ever eaten vegan bacon. So now chop it really, really fine. And since it's nice and crispy, so the process is really easy. Now once that is done, I'm just going to add 1 more teaspoon of oil to my pan. And I'm going to fry 1 medium onion that I've chopped really fine. So we want to fry the onion till it's nice and translucent. I'm using a red onion. You can also use the white onion. And now I've just taken about 2 tablespoons of garlic, which is about 4 large cloves of garlic, and chopped them really fine. And I'm going to fry the garlic well too. So this dish doesn't have a lot of ingredients. but the end result is really amazing. And I love making this meatloaf on a Sunday and keeping it in my refrigerator. So whenever hunger strikes, just cut it up into thin slices, butter up some nice slices of bread, and you have your lovely meatloaf sandwiches ready. This is a great kid snack, or even a tiffin item, or just something when hunger strikes. So now I'll fry the bacon, the onions and the garlic really well. And now here I've taken 500 grams of mince. To that I'm going to add the fried bacon. Now again, you can use chicken mince, you can use mutton mince, you can use beef mince. I like to go with leaner meat, so I'm using chicken, and even the bacon I'm using is chicken bacon, which is easily available. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of chili flakes, about a teaspoon for a little bit of a spice kick, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. For those of you who watch my recipes know that I use a lot of pepper and I just love the taste of pepper. And I'm going to add some salt to taste. And now to hold everything together, I'm going to be using about 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. So all I've done is just taken some slices of bread and made them into crumbs in my blender. And now just one more ingredient, and that is an egg. So I'm just going to beat the egg and I'm going to add that too. So the eggs and the breadcrumbs really hold this whole the thing together and make it into a lovely loaf. So add the egg, and then all you got to do is just mix everything really well together. So all of the ingredients are nicely well incorporated. So let me know in the comment section whether you make your meatloaf like this or you have a different recipe. I would love to hear from you guys. And now I've just greased my loaf tin with a little bit of butter, and I'm just going to add this entire mixture. And now I just want to pack it down really, really well. Now this would be a good time to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is around 356 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. So pat it down really, really gently. And then we're just going to bake it in the preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. But do keep an eye on it, because every oven is different. And here my lovely meatloaf is all ready. Doesn't it look nice and juicy? And I'm going to let it cool completely before I demold it. And you can see how well it's nicely baked, and the aroma in my kitchen is really amazing. I just can't wait to cut this up into slices and make some beautiful sandwiches. So let me know how you like this recipe. Do give it a try, and I'll catch you soon in my next video. Bye. So we're going to take 250 grams of chicken, and I've just made some slight incisions in the chicken. And now we need some coriander, about a bowl of fresh coriander, 5 to 6 light green chilies, the juice of 1 lemon, 10 to 10 cloves of garlic with half an inch of ginger. Then I require half a teaspoon of pepper powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, about 10 cloves, half an inch of cinnamon. Now we're going to grind all these ingredients except for the 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. We're going to grind them just using the lime juice. We're not going to add any water, and we're going to grind it till we get a nice thick paste, thick and smooth paste. Now this is going to be a marinade for our chicken. So we are going to put this on our chicken, apply it well to the chicken. See that all the pieces get coated very well. Now we're going to add the turmeric powder. So I'm using about 1/4 of a teaspoon of haldi powder, turmeric powder. And then we're going to coat the chicken very well with this paste. And after we do that, we're going to marinate it and leave it for about a minimum of 1 hour. If you can keep it overnight, there's nothing like it, because then the flavor really, it really elevates the flavor of this dish if you keep this marinated overnight. Now, once we have finished with marinating the chicken, we're just going to heat some oil in a pan, and we're going to put our chicken pieces into it, and we're going to brown the chicken well on both sides. So you can keep turning the chicken on and off so that both sides get nicely browned. Now apply the remaining marinade, whatever is remaining, because it is full of flavor. So just apply it to the chicken. Now add the reserve water. What the reserve water is that when once we grind the paste in the mixer and we wash the mixer pot, the water that we get is called reserve water. If you don't have that, just use regular water, half a cup of water. And now we're going to cover and cook this for about 5 minutes. Now in the meantime, we're going to heat some oil in another pan, and I'm going to be adding some very thinly sliced potato rounds. This is a must for Cafreal. I mean, it really brings out the flavor of the dish. Also cut some onion rings and keep aside. So we're going to fry both the potatoes. First, we're going to fry the potatoes till they're nice and golden brown. And then after we're done with the potatoes, we're going to fry the onions till they're nice and golden brown. Now here, our chicken is almost ready. So fry the potatoes well. And then just coat the chicken with the lovely green masala. And now our chicken is all ready. You can just check the chicken by just inserting a knife or a fork, and it should really break very easily, as well as it should be nicely cooked well. Now what I like to do is I like to add the fried potatoes and onions into this chicken itself and then coat it with the green masala. If you like, you can just serve it separately as a side dish. It really tastes good anyway. So now I'm just going to be adding my fried potatoes and fried onions to this dish, and I'm going to let the masala coat all of the meat and the chicken. I mean the chicken and the potatoes and the onions. And friends, our chicken cafreal is all ready. This goes well with rice, with chapatis, puris, bread, pav, anything. It's just so very delicious. So I hope that you like this recipe very much. And if you did, then don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button that you see just below this video. And once you have subscribed, just click the little golden bell so that every time I put up a new video on my channel, you get a message so you can see what is Akshata putting up on her channel, and you can enjoy the recipes and the vlogs. So friends, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care guys. Bye. Schezwan chicken. It's really simple to make and really quick also. So let's get started. So here I've taken 250 grams of boneless chicken, which I've cut into cubes. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. Now I'm using the chicken breast because that is really easy to work with. Next I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Schezwan chutney, which is store-bought, 2 teaspoons of pepper powder, some salt to taste. Next we're going to add 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chilli powder. You can also use paprika. 1 teaspoon of regular red chilli powder. You can also use cayenne pepper. 1 teaspoon of mustard sauce. 1 tablespoon of honey. Now if you don't have honey at home, you can use maple syrup. You can also use sweet onion sauce. 1 teaspoon of soya sauce. And just one more ingredient to go, and that is 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Now I'm going with white vinegar. You can also use any vinegar that you have at home, like apple cider. And now we have to mix all of these ingredients really well with the chicken. So take your time and mix everything really nicely so that all of the chicken pieces are nicely coated with our marinade. And then the next thing is that we have to keep this aside for at least 20 minutes. So if you're in a hurry, at least cover and set it aside for 20 minutes. You can also keep this for an hour or even overnight. And once that is all marinated really well, we're going to heat a pan and we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm using olive oil, so I'm not going to heat the oil. I'm just immediately going to be adding my marinated chicken. But if you're using regular cooking oil, then ensure that it's heated up and then you add your marinated chicken. And now we're going to cook on a low to medium flame, and we're going to keep stirring the chicken in between. I'm not going to be covering the vessel. We're going to be cooking it on an open flame, or rather, without a lid. But just keep stirring it in intervals. And we're going to cook this for at least 5 to 10 minutes till the chicken is nice and cooked. So keep tossing and turning the chicken pieces like this. And another 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see that everything comes together like this with a little bit of gravy. And once the chicken is nice and cooked, I'm just going to add one onion that I've thinly sliced. Mix the onion in well. Now I don't want to cook the onion a lot because I want to have a little bit of crunch to the onion. So don't cook the onion too much. Just for about half a minute or less than that. And then I'm just going to add some finely chopped coriander, turn off the heat, and our lovely Schezwan chicken is all ready. This is super delicious, and this goes really well with some burnt garlic rice. I will leave a recipe of how I make my burnt garlic rice at home. So I hope you do try out this recipe, and I hope you do like it. And if you do, then don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel, and do click the notification bell and click on all. That way you won't miss out on any of the recipes that I'm putting up on my channel. Do share my recipes with family and friends. Visit my channel. I have more than 850 recipes to choose from. And if you go on my homepage, you can see all the playlists where I've segregated all the recipes into different categories. For all of those of you who are here supporting Akshata's recipes, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you all soon in my next recipe. This is Akshata signing off. Till we meet again. Bye.